Next, we're gonna move on to food. So let's talk about groceries. So I go to the supermarket probably twice per month. Like my major shopping I do like every other week, and usually I spend maybe about 8,000 to 10,000 yen at one given time, because
So twice a month is pay around
about
8
20,000 yen on groceries, because I don't like going to the supermarket every time. And the thing is, with Japanese food, they spoil easily. So even though I have a fridge, if I buy my vegetable like my carrots, they spoil so quickly.
And it's annoying.
It's very annoying. So now I have to try to buy less stuff, and maybe like when I'm going home from work, I'd stop and buy whatever I need to cook. And it's annoying.
Okay.
But yeah, about 20,000 yen for the month for me.
I spend
on groceries.
20 to 30 a month.
Okay.
You take lunch to school?
Yeah, I have to take lunch.
I take lunch to school. I usually buy weekly because, like you said, things go bad quickly. So in order to maintain freshness, I usually just buy enough that will last me like a week or two, because sometimes it's too cumbersome to be going to the supermarket every week. So I usually buy either once for the week or once for the 2 weeks, and I usually spend anywhere between 20 to 30,000 yen. 30 is my maximum. So on average I spend maybe 7,500 a week on food. So that includes my breakfast, lunch, dinner. So I take lunch to school every day, so that also is in that. And I probably consume a lot of alcohol, a lot of wine every month. And I have to go to Don Quixote to get my rain if you run cream, because that's essential to me.
Okay.
So yeah, with food, certain things are cheap, but certain things are expensive to me.
I think if I enjoyed eating Japanese food, then it would have been so much easier for me to buy lunch versus go to the supermarket and buy stuff to cook. Because food, if you need to like buy lunch here, it's actually very cheap. Like you can go to the supermarket and get food that has already been cooked, or the convenience store. So they are pretty cheap, like probably what, 300 yen or 400 yen?
Yeah.
I don't buy those because they give me diarrhea, but I'm just saying, like, for people
you need to try the chicken doria in
I have been to a restaurant in Machida,
Yeah,
and
you
I
told
eat
me
doria
about
here.
it.
But I'm not gonna eat the
It's
convenience store.
good.
I know my body. I can handle the convenience store doria.
It's good.
Doria is like it's a gratin.
It's a gratin
so you have
dish where you have rice and cheese
chicken and cheese on top. It's very delicious. Yes.
You guys should try it. I've never heard of it till I came here. But
Yeah, I've never
anyways,
heard of it either.
we digress. So food here, I think, because I have
It's
friends
cheap.
on base on that US bases, right? And I like to cook with, like, for example, the barbecue sauce that's from America. In the regular Japanese supermarket, if you're lucky to find it, Don Quixote, I would recommend going there. If you're in Japan, it's one of the stores that sells a lot of international stuff.
Or Costco.
But you need a membership for Costco.
You buy in bulk.
Yeah, and you buy in bulk. So with that, for example, the other day a friend bought a bottle of the barbecue sauce. It was like $1 US, which is like $100 yen. In the supermarket, it's
$100 yen.
100 yen. What am I, girl? It's 100 yen.
Okay. Yes.
You know what I mean. And then in the supermarket, it's like 400 yen or more. So you're paying double or triple the price. So if you're having a fiend for things that are from your home country or from the western end of the world, be prepared to pay double or triple,
or not be prepared to not see it at all,
or be prepared to find the Japanese counterpart to what you're looking for, the closest thing,
which
to
is
it.
not gonna be a similar taste.
Yeah, just be prepared for that.
What about going out?
Going out isn't so bad, you know.
Yes, because
eating out, you can go out with 5,000 yen, which is like
not
$50.
even 5. You can go with 2,000 yen.
I'm including transportation.
Okay, all right, okay.
You can go with 5,000 yen and eat at a nice restaurant. Because when you and I went out for my birthday dinner at the restaurant, my bill, I had wine and I had a full plate of meal, and it came to like 3,000 yen. So you can go out to places, and you can find cheaper places where you get a lot more for
And
that amount.
if you go to Japanese restaurant,
It's a lot
it's
cheaper.
like you can go there and get a meal for 500 yen.
Yeah, it's very cheap, guys. So when it comes down to that, you can find nice places, and I think that offsets a lot of the expenses, because you can budget for like 20,000 yen for social outings, and you do a lot of things with that 20,000 yen. You don't even need that much, to be honest, unless you're unless you're a big explorer. You don't need a lot. But Japan is, well, where we are, it's a city area, so it's not hard to find nice places to eat at. A few stops away from you, and you can easily find a nice place to dine and have food, and get good service and good food. So
and let's talk about transportation. So if you're taking the train, it's like 178 yen for me. That's the minimum. So anywhere that you go, for me,
from one station to another station, I've paid less than that. I've paid maybe like a 120. 120? Yeah.
I've never paid that amount. I think maybe 150 something.
When I for example, to come here, there's a first stop it's 3 stops.
On train?
Yeah, on train. I took, for the first train to get here, I took 3 trains. So the first 3 stops, I paid 160 yen. So in all to get here, it's like, cause I take 3 trains to get here, I pay like 500 and something yen. Okay. That's not too bad. But it depends on the station that you're coming from
and the train
line that you're on. It might be the prices will vary, but I don't know.
I think it's expensive.
It is a little bit when you think about us where we're coming from in Jamaica.
The subway, the trains that run underground, those are very expensive. So like the blue line, that's very expensive.
Because where we're coming from, Jamaica, you pay, for example, from Spanish Town to halfway tree, $100, and that's like a 40 minutes to an hour ride. Not even so long. That long?
No, I don't think.
Like half an hour, 20 minutes?
Yeah, about maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it's a good little distance.
Maybe 100 or 200.
$100 or $200.
Yeah, depending on, like, if you take a express.
And it's not $100 for express. I think it's 160 or something.
It depends on the express.
But if I take a taxi, it's going to be $200 for sure.
Yeah, but we're just saying that.
Either way, it's cheaper
in Jamaica.
It's cheaper. Taxis are a no unless your money is up. I've taken a taxi, but I didn't pay for it because
I've taken taxi a few times because
it's expensive.
If I have a load, like I go to my friend's supermarket because she has a lot of Western stuff. So sometimes I forget that I have to take the train and transfer. I always buy a lot of stuff, so then I can't manage the load, so I have to call a taxi.
And then she's so little, everyone. She's so little.
So I usually pay like almost 6,000 yen, and she lives about 40 minutes by car. And
6,000 yen can take me from my home to the airport as a chartered taxi, and from my home to the airport is over an hour away, and you're traveling for 40 minutes and you're paying 6,000 yen, which is crazy to me. But taxis are expensive. But you know what's strange? When I was in Osaka, I don't think the taxis are as expensive as here. I'm thinking maybe people take taxis here more often, so they don't feel the need to charge as much. Because even if people drive here, the mode of transportation for the most part is still the train. Yes. So they'll drive to the train station and park and ride the bicycle to the train station and park and then take the train and then drive back home or ride back home. And
the funny thing is, a lot of people have cars, but they don't use their cars at all. So the only time you really find out that people drive is when there's a typhoon or something like that, and the trains are limited. Then you see people driving. Yeah, going out.
We talked about that.
Oh yeah, we talk about maybe like going out. We talk about restaurants, but we have different attractions. To get into places, it's not that expensive. So like it depends on the place that you want to go. So like for example, I went to Team
Team
Lab.
Lab.
Team Lab was about 3,200,
that's not
and
bad.
I think that's worth it based on the place. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was so good.
Watch that blog. She's going to link it in the card up there.
Yeah, so watch the Team Lab video.
Yeah, so it's not you're right, it's not too expensive, and I think, like I said, with all the other expenses that we have, I think like going out and having a social life is cheaper, and that kind of offsets the other expenses that you have. So you do, if you want to, there are a lot of things to do in Japan,
and there are a lot of free stuff,
so there are lots of, because for example, I've been to Saitama club in Saitama. It's free to go in, so you can go in and sit, but you just buy drinks, and the drinks aren't expensive. So again, that's less than 3,000 yen, because you're not going to be drink unless you're a big drinker. You're not drinking that much, because a drink is not going to surpass like 500 yen, because we've been out even to restaurants in Yokohama, and the drinks don't pass 500 yen, and they have like happy hour where the drinks are so the drinks are a lot less then. So like, it's not that expensive, guys, when it comes down to going out.
Alright, so we're gonna talk about like shopping here. So shopping in Japan and also shopping online. So let's talk about shopping in Japan. So the Japanese fashion is not really something that I like that. I will try like the simple items that are like a little similar to the Western world. I'll try those, I'll buy those, but they're like, you know, they're, what do you call it, cosplay type of fashion. I'm not really into that. I'll try it, but I'm not, it's not something that I would want to wear out like on a regular day. So I try not to really buy stuff in Japan unless it's like an international store
like H&M,
like yes, H&M and other stores like Forever 21 when they were here.
I do agree. The the Asian culture for the most part is very minimalistic, and a lot of the women's wear like baggy, oversized clothing,
long crushes,
and that is not attractive to me at all. I mean, if that's your taste and that's your flavor, that's fine, but for me personally, I like to have a little more structure and silhouette on my body when it comes down to fashion. And then just the styling of the clothing, it just looks very aged and old and too mature, because I see young girls dressing and I'm like,
yeah. And the irony is, I think I told you this,
in high school.
Yes, in high school, the school girls, they have their skirts very short, but when they reach their 20s, it's like they're dressing like their grannies.
Yeah, they're just like, very, very conservative. It's a stark contrast.
It's
so
weird.
If I'm buying clothes here, I usually go to like H&M, because they usually have things that are more in line with what I like to wear. And I usually buy like work clothes here in like GU or Uniqlo. Since I've gone here, when it comes down to going to work, I don't try to be too fussy, because I'm already standing out as a foreigner. So I'll dress very simple for work, and Uniqlo and GU are perfect places for that. But when it comes down to buying, like going out stuff, trying to be cute, so you're not going on dates or you're going out with your girlfriends or whatever, I usually buy online. So online, it's not too difficult to buy stuff. In Jamaica, online shopping is something that's a little tedious, because you have to find a third party to ship the address, ship the stuff to, and then they take it down and it goes through customs. And if it's over $50 US, you have to pay customs for all of that, and then they clear it, and that takes time sometimes. And then you go and pick it up, and then you reimburse them the money that they paid on your behalf, and you pay for freight charges as well. Freight, is that what? Freight, that word.
Yes.
But here, for the most part, there are certain sites you can shop from, because I don't ship to Japan. And there are certain things that they'll tell you, because I shop on Amazon Global, and they'll tell you that certain items aren't shipped to Japan. So there are restrictions. And chances are shipping cost is going to be a little bit more depending on the site that you shop on. If you shop on Fashion Nova, it's going to be like $18 thereabout. But in general, there are certain sites that once you spend over a certain amount, you qualify for free shipping. I personally shop on Shein and AliExpress. I'll try Boohoo, and I don't really shop on Fashion Nova that much anymore. But you can get stuff. Amazon JP is there, but if you want Western stuff, you have to go on Amazon Global to get it. And sometimes when you find the Western stuff, JP, it's expensive. It's like really expensive. The other day I was looking for Cheerios, and it was like $2,000 for 2 boxes of Cheerios, or 1,000 something for 2 boxes. And like $15 for 2 boxes of cereal plus shipping. No. We thinking I jump in. But yeah, guys, if you're coming here, especially from Jamaica, like, it's an elevation to me, because you can buy stuff and have it be delivered straight to your front door. So that's something that you can look for. That's always a plus, because I was even talking to a friend and I was saying, listen, it's going to be difficult for me to come back to Jamaica when I know that I could go online, check out, ship, delivered straight to my front door. No hassle, no nothing.
No paying a customs.
No paying a customs.
And going to the shipping
company to collect or anything like that. So that's also a plus, a huge plus. So yeah, there shouldn't be any difficulty. The only difficulty is getting a card that you can use to shop online.
A credit card.
You have a credit card?
I still have my Jamaican credit card.
Okay.
So, but if you're in Japan, you can get a Japanese credit card easy.
I don't like credit card. I want a debit card, a debit Visa, something like that. That's what I want. But yeah, it's life in Japan. The only problem I think is
the culture
and the language barrier. That's going to be obvious. But I think you can have fun here, especially if you meet like-minded people who have the same interest as you.
People from your culture.
But for me personally, no offense to anybody, I don't like to befriend too many Jamaicans, because I feel, especially females in general, I don't like to befriend too many females. Why? Because I always feel like there is going to be some amount of gossip or something like that. So I try to keep my circle very small, and I try to keep it diverse as possible. And I don't like to have a lot of mutual friends either.
Okay. Alright guys, so this is where we're gonna end this video. If you have any questions about the cost of living in Japan or expenses in Japan, you can leave in the comment section below, and Staecha will be in the comments.
Staecha? Is this my channel?
We will be in the comments. And anybody else in Japan who would like to answer the questions and stuff, of course, we're here to help each other, you know. If you want to come to Japan, come. You know?
And I did a video like this that was on my channel too. So if you want another perspective as well, you can go on my channel and watch that too.
I'm gonna leave her channel information in the description box, so ensure that you check that out, guys.
And that video is specific to persons who are moving here as an ALT, so if that's something that you're interested in, you can watch that too.
Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Please remember to subscribe. Please head over to her channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye.